Hello everybody, it's me Feng Ling here, and today I'm going to talk about a gigantic forest that you cannot find on land. Why were scientists surprised to discover giant kelp forests growing deep underwater? Well, deep underwater, then only a tiny amount of sunlight reaches it, and yet kelp still like um, grow into an enormous forest underwater. And although kelp would use less sunlight than other kind of plants, but they also still depend on the sunlight for photosynthesis. And scientists expected the kelp to actually struggle to live in such a damp and dark place. A deep and dark place. Aww. How are deep water kelp forests able to survive with so little sunlight? Well, deep water kelp has adapted to learn how to capture light much more efficiently than the kelp living in shallow water and the trees living on land. And they also benefit from the very cool and stable condition of the low water. And these adaptations would allow the kelp to continue growing despite of the lack of light. Why are kelp forests often called the forest of the sea? Well, because they serve just like the forest on land. They provide food, they provide habitats, and also the breeding grounds for the fish and animals undersea. So these underwater ecosystems could actually support a rich biodiversity. So that is why they're often compared to just regular forest on land. Why are deep kelp forests important for scientific research? Well, I think that these hidden ecosystems could actually show scientists that kelp actually know how to adapt to different conditions, and this thing was once thought impossible in a place so dark and so deep under the ocean. And by studying them, then researchers and scientists could actually understand the way that kelps actually work and the ocean's carbon cycle. What threats do kelp forests face today? Well, kelp forests are actually threatened by ocean warming, water pollution, marine heat waves, and habitat destructions, and also the overgrazing sea urchins. And there are also many other factors that would contribute to the destruction of these underwater forests. And these pressures could actually cause kelp forests to decline in many parts of the world, and these underwater forests would eventually be destroyed. How can new technology help scientists study deep underwater forests? Well, they could use underwater vehicles and cameras and advanced diving techniques so that they could actually study these forests under the water, and they could understand how kelps actually work and how they could help benefit the underwater forest and ecosystem. Why do you think it is important to protect underwater ecosystems like kelp forests? Well, these ecosystems actually support thousands of other species and help maintain the balance of the ocean life cycle. Then these kelps also absorb carbon dioxide just like the trees on land to contribute to a healthier planet. So if the kelp forests disappear, then many animals would lose their habitats, many would lose their food, and by help protecting these forests, then we are actually benefiting both marine life and human. After watching this talk, what is the most important lesson that you have learned? Well, I think that the lesson that I have learned is that nature is much more adaptable than scientists have already learned. Like kelps are thought to can't live underwater, too deep underwater, because there won't be much sunlight. But eventually, after these researches and founds that and findings, that kelp could actually create a whole forest deep under the ocean. So this talk actually inspired me to appreciate and protect the marine ecosystem under the sea. Well, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!